again, and welcome to the Author Roundup. This special segment of the Book Connection show showcases emerging indie authors who join us for a discussion of their newly published books. Join us for a conversation with our next guest author. Hi, thank you for tuning in today for the Author Roundup. My name is Emma, and I will be your host for today's episode. I am joined with an author by the name of Harry Hadlock. Harry is the creator of Inversions, a new and unique take on the cosmic horror genre. He is here to share all about his story and the latest publication of Chapter 1, Book 1 of his series. Harry, welcome. Hi, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good, Emma. How about yourself?
Good. Okay, so
Right.
cosmic horror. I am definitely intrigued by that. Can you tell us about this type of genre and the book that just came out this year?
Yeah, okay. So this book is a little bit different because it's it's focusing mostly on a species of alien that has no mercy, no qualms about destruction, destroying. And I've tried to refrain from using too much hero. Like there's no heroes in it, nothing like that.
Okay.
And so
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And so what I've gathered from the description of Inversions, it's both intriguing and tragic. It's basically a peaceful alien race inadvertently unleashing chaos, right? So what inspired this storyline and your storyline?
Okay. So I thought about like as people, I don't want to sound negative, but it seems like in today's day and age, people are seeing more and more chaos, more and more tragedy. I don't know if it's because of the internet or maybe today's day and age, but if you look at the way people are today, you can relate to the tragedy. Like you're always trying to get ahead, but you never can because it's one disaster after another, one calamity after another. You just try and try and try, and you can't get there. So I put that in a universal aspect of
Okay.
yeah. So like a species that is trying to make a difference, but no matter how hard they try, they can't. It's just
Yeah.
one calamity after another. So
Okay.
that, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. And so you introduce this race of peaceful aliens that are given unseen advanced technology, right?
Correct.
Can you tell us some more about that and why this all came about?
Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna do a little bit of a background, like a back in time later on
Yeah.
in the
Perfect.
series. So I'll have a little bit more description about that
Hmm.
later on. But ultimately, what happened was this superior species of alien is trying to give other aliens that are benevolent, like peaceful,
Hmm.
caring, kind technology to allow them to spread this mentality throughout the universe. Well, just because you're trying to do that doesn't mean everybody's on the same level.
Yeah.
So they take this technology and they try to go spread peace, love, and kindness, and it backfires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. That's so interesting. Um, so one of the major turning points in your book is this crash landing on this bare planet, right?
Right, right.
Okay. So how did you imagine that planet and what kind of atmosphere were you trying to create?
Okay, so I thought this is what was kind of difficult. It was a little bit difficult. I thought, okay, if you have superior technology,
Mhm.
why would a advanced technological race have difficulty being around the planet? What would make them crash? So I thought to myself, out of all the planets in the entire universe, the one thing that you cannot know on each planet without a doubt is gravitation.
Mhm.
So it made me think that would be the best meaningful reason for a full-on crash landing.
Okay.
So that was the premises for the idea for how to crash land. And
Okay.
then once it happened, then uh everything turns into chaos.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah.
Okay. And then you said that there's no heroes, there's no like main character, there's no like anything like that. It's just this peaceful alien race.
Yeah. And
Okay, that's interesting.
yeah, so this peaceful race, what I was trying to do with them is every time they succeed in something positive, like okay, we're gonna be okay. Like they think, oh man, well, all right, we're crash landing, but we survived. Then
Mhm.
after they crash land, they get attacked. Then
Mhm.
it just gets
Oh,
worse
damn.
and
Yeah.
worse. And every time it looks like they're going to have something positive happen, it just gets worse for them. They
Hmm.
never get ahead. They never get any better. It just gets worse and worse and worse for them. And it's kind of like I think people can relate because
Yeah.
sometimes it makes you feel like I had a flat tire today. I'm late to work. I'm getting in trouble. Just any kind of numerous different things that people go through on a daily basis, you
Yeah.
can relate to it on some level,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
right?
just life in general, there's always just, ups and downs. It's not always linear, right? Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I figured everybody could kind of relate to that,
Yeah.
symbolism. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, and then so there's also these so-called primitive species, right? That you talk about in your book.
right.
Okay. So
Yes.
they end up being far more dangerous than expected. What message were you trying to explore with that sort of twist in the story?
Okay. So my thing was this. I was thinking this is for a long-term perspective. I
Hmm.
had to put the basis for what's going on and why.
Okay.
And the reason for it was if you have a foundation of why they're the way they are, where they come from, and how they've been living, it makes it easier for you to understand why things are happening the way they are.
Yeah.
And yeah, and
Yeah.
they have been living very horrible for thousands of years.
Hmm.
But my main thing was even though they have no empathy, they
Hmm.
have no feelings. The only thing they have are the normal senses: taste,
Hmm.
vision, hearing, hunger. They have nothing else.
Mm.
And I wanted to show how they evolved like this, but they're also extremely intelligent. You
Hmm.
could be without empathy and have an extreme amount of intelligence. Who
Hmm.
knows when you talk about other planets, different galaxies, you never know
Yeah.
how any other species could evolve in another planet, another part of the universe. It could happen any kind of way. So it allowed me full opportunity to come from every idea, every aspect. I mean, the ideas are limited. I mean,
Yeah.
unlimited. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you could
Yeah.
just go
Yeah.
from any direction, any way, and,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about it.
Okay. And so what would you say age range this is for? What type of target audience were you thinking about initially, and maybe what did it end up being after you were completed writing your book?
Okay, the age range was 13 to 30.
Okay.
And the reason for this is I noticed that like by it being a graphic novel, a lot of people like they like to see pictures and kind of like when you're in the 13 to maybe 18, seeing the pictures and everything that's happening, it's kind of more exciting. It draws
Yeah.
your attention a little bit more. And
Yeah.
then after that, the narration and whatnot, and some of the horrific stuff that's happening, it kind of draws in the older group because they can relate to life's traumas and problems, and it
Theme.
kind
Yeah.
of gives you an easier way to see where I'm coming from and why I
Yeah.
did what I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so your story definitely flips the typical alien invasion narrative. Instead of aliens invading Earth, it's humans or human-like creatures weaponizing alien technology. Was that deliberate commentary, or did it just happen? Like, how did that idea come about?
Okay, so all right, I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, this is something I don't ordinarily talk about because a lot of people have multiple perspectives.
Yeah.
But what I did is I I've talked to many people about this kind of subject, and
Hmm.
I've got so many different perspectives. And based on everybody's perspectives and commentary from a lot of different people,
Hmm.
I used their their ideas and their thoughts, and I put it into those ideas.
Oh,
And yeah, right. So it'd be like if I'm talking to you and you tell me, well, um, I think that there's alien technology, and I think that it could be used to do good or it could be used to do bad or whatever. And that's how I came about getting all that kind of information for my book, by talking
okay.
to multiple people and just kind of toying with, like pulling ideas out of their minds,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
getting their
Kind of like
perspective.
seeing what other people like want from, a book or something. Because we get the same story usually, you know.
Right. So if you
Right.
get
So you get something
multiple,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. And so what were your biggest, so that's influence from, people and feedback from individuals, but did you have any like bigger influences like books or films or personal experiences when writing Inversions?
Well, I want to say that I've read a lot of comic books, and
Okay.
I used to collect those ROM. They're old, you know what I mean, but they were some of the original comic books. And I've read a lot of different books about like aliens and
Hmm.
the conspiracy theory type stuff, Loch
Hmm.
Ness, Bigfoot, whatever.
Yeah.
And I always thought to myself, what if you have a species that is not friendly, and everybody thinks that we're being like invaded or something, or like they're in the skies or anything like that? But
Yeah.
what if you really did have that and it wasn't friendly?
Hmm.
You have some like evil creatures coming. So I kind of went with that aspect to try
Yeah.
and, yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
that,
That's a good perspective. Yeah. Um, and so what about the peaceful alien race? What are their I don't know if we've talked about this a little bit, but like what are their values? Like what are their culture? Like what are they all about as far as like what did you draw on or how did that come about in the book?
okay, so eventually I'll have more about that. But
Oh, okay.
what I wanted to have with them was, they are so friendly. Like they want no problems. They want to spread the technology because it's kind of like paying it forward. You're
Mm-hmm.
given some technology, so you go from planet to planet. You try to help other planets and
Yeah.
other races of alien or species
Mm-hmm.
become more advanced for a positive reason.
Yeah.
Technology to improve your life. Maybe even like trying to get to know each other, almost like, if you go out and you meet people and you go to the library, or any numerous reasons that you would go out and socialize with people. So if you
Mm-hmm.
take that perspective and you say, well, okay, what if they're going from planet to planet to, meet people and spread a positive mentality? Like their whole thing is, they don't want any violence, they don't
Mm-hmm.
want any problems, they just want to get along, they want to
Mm-hmm.
meet people, they want to help people,
Yeah.
and they want everybody to be basically a unified universe
Yeah.
based on positivity. That's the whole thing. Every race that wants to get along and be positive and beneficial to each other for the right reasons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was my whole premise for that species specifically, because that's why
Mm-hmm.
they were given that technology.
Okay.
And of course, unfortunately, it was it was abused.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, right. But that's where that idea came from. That's
Okay.
what I was trying to do with that specific species.
Okay, cool. And then so writing about advanced technology and interstellar conflict requires a lot of imagination, right? So how did you balance it all with storytelling? Was it hard? Was it difficult? How did you go about balancing the both of those?
Uh, it was hard. You're right. You're right. Yeah, it was. It was. It's been a journey.
Yeah.
The biggest problem I've had, to be truthful with you, is matching the narration with the pictures. That
Oh,
has been the biggest
really?
problem.
Okay.
Yes, it was a little bit of a battle,
Okay.
but the way I was able to do it was I always look at it like this. If somebody is going through something, right? What would you do? So it goes back to like doing the questioning and
Hmm.
somewhat like some interviews with people.
Yeah.
And like I say, I got a lot of different perspectives from a lot of different people. And
Hmm.
some of what was said to me was very intriguing. It explained a lot about human nature.
Hmm.
And I was able to take those ideas and implement them. So a lot of times I had the opportunity to hear so many different perspectives on life that I was able to manipulate it into my book.
Okay.
And it made it more how
Real.
do you say it made it more realistic. Like it made it
Okay.
able
Yeah.
for people to say, hey, I can relate to that.
Yeah. I
Right.
like that. Yeah, I like the way it's like super exciting, and I feel like, sci-fi and like what you say, cosmic horror, which is a really cool genre, is like very exciting. But yeah, sometimes I feel like it's like not relatable, or it doesn't really have like a humanistic approach as far as like
Yep.
relationships and how you deal with people and like self, awareness and things like that. So I like that aspect of your book and that you were intentional about those things too. Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
and so was there a like super challenging scene or concept you wrote in your book that was hard, or any difficulty in writing certain parts?
Well, the main thing that I struggled with was bringing the species towards our part of the universe.
Mm,
You know, that was the main problem because I was thinking, how would I have an entire species of alien show up on planet Earth? That was the main thing. And then I had to think about how it would affect us, how they would interpret us.
mm,
And I had to really, really take my time and look at it. And it brought some awesome ideas because I
okay.
started to, yeah. So I started to think, well, I read books about like the face on Mars and
Mm-hmm.
the dark side of the moon. And I
Mm,
thought,
yeah.
I thought, you know what if that's true? Like, I don't know. Nobody
Yeah.
knows. I've
Yeah,
never been to
exactly.
Mars. I've never been to the moon, right?
Yeah.
So it leaves it up for the imagination.
Mm-hmm.
And so I implemented all that.
Okay.
And that was, but it was kind of difficult, you know what I mean? To try
Yeah,
and
it's like, oh, where do I go? What perspective do I take? Yeah, I'm sure that was like really difficult. Yeah.
so I pulled those ideas to get that done.
Okay.
And I think it came out pretty good because of that.
Okay. And so if you could pitch your book Inversions like as a movie or show, how would you describe the tone of it? Something like District 9 or Arrival or Battlestar Galactica, or something else. What would you describe as like the tone if it was made into like a picture or things like that?
That's a good question. Wow, you almost
Thank
got to make
you.
me think right there. Yeah, yeah. It's similar. It's similar to probably, man, I don't know. I would have to maybe Battlestar Galactica, maybe a
Yeah.
little bit. And the only
Okay.
reason I say that is because there's a lot of battles
Okay.
with you know as they invade the universe because they're invading the universe.
Yeah.
But the difference is, like with Star Wars or anything like that, you always have this hero You don't have any of that with me. There's there
Yeah.
no. Whoever
Yeah.
stands up and becomes the hero gets
Yeah.
annihilated. Yeah,
Okay.
there's never nobody wins. There's
Oh,
it's
yeah, there's no
always
like one that you character that you just hold out for. But that's a good perspective. Like that's different. And like that would be really cool to see like on a screen. Yeah.
yeah, it's unique. It's
Yeah.
I've never seen it before. I've
Yeah.
never seen it where everybody, hey, we can do this. No, you can't. It's not gonna work. We know we've tried. It's just
Yeah.
over and over and
Over and
over.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, but that's more like life than, like triumphant movies anyways. So yeah.
Yeah.
Um so the plan is for Inversions to be a series, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how is chapter 2 going of your book?
It's going good.
Oh,
It's I have 10 pages done.
nice.
Yeah, and I'm gonna with book one, the whole idea was to familiarize everyone with the invaders, the
Mm-hmm.
universal conquerors, why
Mm-hmm.
they are the way they are. If you when you read book one, you will understand like, okay, this is why they are the way they are. This is their perspective, their mentality, and why they have the mentality they have,
Mm-hmm.
and the reasons for their universal invasion.
Okay.
So once you understand that, okay, so now that you understand what they are, where they're coming from, and why they think the way they do, you can move into book two. And then I have a little bit more of specific characters, you because you'll be able to relate more to them and why they are the way they are. So I'm going to have main characters. I'm going to have a little bit more Earth problems, but it'll be like hidden and cloaked, and it'll relate to the um, like the how they hide everything, like the governmental conspiracy type thing.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and even on smaller levels too.
Okay. And how are you taking your lessons from the first book and writing that book and using them for writing another book this time around?
Okay, so I've learned that I have to slow down. You don't
Okay.
you have to have patience.
Yeah.
And yes, you have to have patience. Like you cannot rush it ever. You
Yeah.
cannot ever get in a hurry. If you get in a hurry, you make a mistake. You make a mistake, it's okay to make mistakes, but if
Mhm.
you make mistakes because you didn't take time to do it
Right.
to the best of your ability, then it's your fault.
Hmm.
And I'm learning that as long as I go slow and pay attention and take my time, things will come out better. So I'm learning patience. I would have to
Okay.
say that's
That's a
the
good one.
main thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, patience. Yeah.
And so when did you start writing chapter 1, this book? How did that come about?
Okay. So, okay, I started probably 2 to 3 years ago.
Okay.
I started kind of just like sketching drawings and
Okay.
writing like little ideas. And
Hmm.
then after a year of that, it turned into, hey, you know what? I'm going to try and just draw, hand sketch an entire comic, just to see if I could do it.
Okay.
So I spent a whole year doing that. And I let a few people read it, probably about 60 people. And as they were reading it, they were telling me, hey, man, let me see the next pages as soon as you get them. I said, are you serious? They said, this is good. This is good. We like this. Like
Oh,
60
that's
people.
awesome.
And they were telling their friends about it and everything. And I said, so you think
Oh.
this could really go somewhere? And they're like, yeah. So I thought to myself, I said, you know what? There's millions of comics and millions of books.
Hmm.
So if I blend the two together, I'll have a graphic novel. And I thought, well, you know what? I'll go with that. That's what I'm going to go with. So that's kind of how it evolved into where it's at now. And a lot of people really encouraged me, inspired me, and told
Nice.
me, hey, this is good. Like you really can't, you're doing really good. This is good. This could go somewhere. And I
Yeah.
was like, so it kind of they kind of pushed me.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that reassurance is so nice. I feel like a lot of people need that sometimes, especially when you're doing something out of your comfort zone or, I don't know if you have written before, or if this is the first time you've written, or if you've always enjoyed it. But sometimes like the reassurance is great, and then it like, starts you to actually like be like, okay, I can do this, you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it does
great.
help. It really does.
Nice.
Yeah, we all need to be inspired.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And so,
Positivity.
yeah. And so how long did it take you to write, like finish your first manuscript, I guess? Like
Okay,
graphic novel manuscript.
right. Okay, so I want to say I have a friend named Tommy Wan, and he's been helping me with all the digital art.
Okay.
He's awesome. He's a good friend of mine, and he helped me because like I gave him a lot of my hand drawn sketches, and he was like, no, this is he said, no, this could be improved upon.
Mm-hmm.
So me and him worked together for a year,
Okay.
and he redid everything that I drew personally and improved upon it.
Okay.
And so I did all the like special effects, the narration, the bubble, all that kind of stuff. And he specialized in the art side of it, improving upon what I drew.
Mm-hmm.
So it took about a year to get that done. A solid year of working on it. I had to work on it probably every day for a few hours. Yeah, because I have another job, and I would work 2 hours every morning before I went to work
Oh,
for
wow.
for a solid year. Yeah. So I was putting in
Takes a
18
lot of
hour day.
time,
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why it has a lot of meaning to me, and
Yeah, of
it's
course. Your hard
meaningful. Yeah.
work shows.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
of course.
Yeah.
And so had you written ever before? It sounds like you like to draw and you're, artistic and things like that. Had you written before, or is this something like a new passion that you have, or
Honestly, I have a friend that's written several books,
okay.
and he told me that I could never do it.
Oh.
And I said, you know what? I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
now
that's
I
good.
have I have a published book, and he's like, man,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. You so man,
Well, at
hey,
least you
you
said sorry.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So now
Nice.
his whole attitude has changed. He's like, wow, you really did it. And I said, yeah. He said, man, I owe you an apology, man. He said, I'm
Oh,
really impressed.
that's
So,
awesome.
I always feel like when somebody tells me I can't do it, then I'm motivated to say, no, I can do it, because
Yeah.
there's hundreds of books out there. So if any one person can write a book, I can write a book.
Yeah,
It's
of
it's
course.
it, it's all about fortitude, and just self motivation. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, definitely consistency too, I think helps. Like you mentioned, 2 hours before work. Like I know that seems like super hard, but like I feel like consistency is important and you definitely, put in the time and energy and hard work. So what was besides that, putting 2 hours into, your book a day, what was your writing experience like other than that? Like, can you share some moments from your writing journey with us?
sure. I had a few times where like I would be stumped, and I
Mm-hmm.
would go I would go to like I go to like my mom or my sister, and I'd be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Because they kind of laughed a little bit. They were
Oh.
laughing at the beginning. They were like, hey, come on, man, what are you doing? You know, this is kind of a little bit off for you. And I said, no, no. I said, check this out. Like, tell me what you think. And they don't read books. They're not into that at all. Like it's totally like out of character.
Yeah.
And I would give them different parts of it to read, just to get their perspective. Because
Mhm.
if you have any kind of person that is going to be blunt about whether it's good or not, it's going to be somebody who doesn't even want to read it anyway. So, right.
Yeah.
so so my sister read it, and she said, listen, I don't read books. I don't even care. I don't read magazines. She goes, but this is actually pretty good. Like I'm actually impressed. She goes, wow. So that's one of the little parts of my journey. And the
Yeah.
other one I would say is, every time I showed it to, like, I didn't want to show too much to too many people, but
Yeah. Right.
I would show a little bit, like a different page to a different person, because I didn't want any one person to know. And I would always get positive feedback, and it really encouraged me to stay focused. And
Mm-hmm.
I want to say that was the best part of my writing journey. Nobody gave me negative feedback, nobody. And it really made me feel like, man, I may really be able to go somewhere with this. Like
You can do this.
this is
Yeah.
really really good for me. It
Yeah.
just
Nice.
inspired me so much with all the positivity,
Yeah.
the wonderful feedback, and it made me stay focused and intrigued in it. Like I really
Nice.
stayed involved.
Nice. I like the way it doesn't seem like you felt alone during your writing journey and you wanted to seek, guidance and advice from people. And it's cool that took that advice and positivity and it kept you going. It's nice that you like didn't feel alone and you could go to people and share with them and then that's why you have a book. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that was the main encouragement for me.
Yeah.
Having so many people just say, "Hey, man, you know what? I didn't think you could do it, but now I have to say, hey, this
Yeah.
is actually looking like something, like this is good."
Yeah.
You know, so it's, yeah, you're right. You're
Yeah.
right. It has been a wonderful experience having so many people inspire me.
Yeah.
Because I that's what you need. You need to have
Yeah.
people give you their perspective, because if I don't know what you like, I don't know what to write for you.
Yeah.
So it helped me along the way. It really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there a particular part of your book that was most fun to write, or your favorite part of your book that you liked the most?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Page page 3 to 4. And what it was is, on those pages, that it's like they've already crash landed. They're
Uh-huh.
peaceful, they're friendly, they're like, hey, hello, we're here in peace. And then all of a sudden, hiya, wah, they get attacked. Like they don't want any problems. They're there, they're friendly. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All the kindness, joy, and friendliness in the world
Doesn't matter.
doesn't yeah, it does. Yeah, right, exactly. And that was my funnest part, because it sets the stage for what's fixing to happen. From then
Okay.
on, it's just total chaos.
Yeah, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
And so what has been the feedback or maybe a review of someone you don't know that you've received so far about your book since it's been released?
Okay. I did get I had I had somebody say that, and I didn't know this person at all. They said that overall they were surprised. They were surprised because they were asked by somebody else to give a true review of it, and they said that they were actually surprised, because I don't have like a strong background in this,
Mhm.
and for me to come like I have, it's been very very surprising to a lot of people. But he said that he liked it. He liked the horror side of it. It covers everything,
Okay.
from destruction, slaughtering, cannibalism, anything and everything. It covers it all.
Hmm.
And he said that it was really 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 good. Like,
Nice.
if you like horror, it's good. So
Yeah.
it covers the science fiction side of it, and it covers the horror side of it.
Mhm.
And those, I was trying to get both
Yeah.
sides of the spectrum. I wanted both fans, of sci-fi
Yeah.
and horror. I was
Yeah,
trying
that's
to reach
exciting.
more people. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
of course. And
Yeah.
has your family read your book? Has your mom and sister read your book?
My sister read it,
Nice.
and she said she was impressed. My mom, she's read a little bit of it, but she's, for whatever reason, she hasn't finished reading it. But I've been trying to encourage her to get like a Kindle, like an ebook or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, take
Yeah.
it on the go. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she reads
Okay.
ebooks all the time. So, like, she has a little
Oh,
Kindle, and I
yeah.
think that's the only way I'm going to get her to read it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but that's just how
You
she
gotta get
is.
her to finish it.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
read a few pages. She said she liked it. She
Nice.
did,
Okay. That's nice.
but
That's
I
sweet.
need it. Yeah.
Yeah. So What what advice would you have for a writer wanting to publish their own book?
All right. To me, the most important thing is no matter what anybody says, you can do it. All you have to do is believe in yourself,
Mm-hmm.
set the goal, and stick to it. Fortitude, self, self motivation,
Hmm.
and really wanting to achieve that goal. I think that's the main thing.
Yeah.
No matter about anyone saying, "Oh no, you'll never be able to do it," or you can. I take any kind of negativity and I turn it into fuel for positivity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the main way to deal with everything, so you can be successful. That's the way I did it.
Yeah. That's awesome. That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Um, so what is next for you as a writer? What goals do you have for this year? I know you're working on book two, but what other goals do you have? Do you foresee yourself writing another genre, or do you want to stick with the science fiction horror, or what's it look like for you this year?
Well, I want to get out book two
Okay.
as soon as possible. But again, like we were talking about earlier, patience. Got to have
Yeah.
patience. I can't rush it.
Yeah. Of
Um,
course.
and I want to have the series kind of lined out. Um, the main thing that I'm focusing on is getting more viewers, more people to see it. It's
Yeah.
kind of it's a little bit of a challenge to push it out into the mainstream. It
Hmm.
is. I wasn't aware of everything involved with that, but
Marketing. Yeah.
yeah, the marketing
Yeah.
side of it is a little bit tough. Like if you don't
Yeah.
understand it and you've never been in this kind of industry, it
Yeah.
it it is an uphill battle,
Hmm.
but it is achievable. I have the regular media platforms. I have a few other little things that I'm doing, so it's just slow. Like I say, it's all
Yeah.
about patience. But
Yeah.
the marketing side of it is what I'm going to focus on, because
Yeah.
I feel like the more popularity I gain, the easier it will be for people to embrace book two, and
Yeah.
then the series will go on. It's
Yeah.
it's, it's slow. Like I say, it's slow. It's all about patience.
Yeah, because it came out in February of this year, so still pretty early, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Okay, that's good.
But
Yeah.
it's been pretty good though, because like I sold out on Amazon 3 times already.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
exciting.
three
Oh
times.
my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I was
That's
like,
so
man, all
cool.
right.
That's a
Yeah, I
win.
got
Yeah. That's
yeah, I got a
sweet.
five-star review because so many people were buying them. And I was like, wow. And I thought
Wow, that's so
I thought
exciting.
that, yeah, right. It's gave me like a super big boost of confidence,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
bet. I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah, nice.
yeah.
Um, what what would you say to your younger self, knowing that you wrote a book now and published your own book? Like, what would your younger self think or say to you?
I never thought it was possible. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Hey, you did that.
you did
Congratulations.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
for
so
real.
exciting.
Right. Yeah.
Um,
That's
well, is there anything else that you want to share with us today?
just that, it's going really great. I appreciate everybody who's taken the time to purchase a copy, read it, the reviews. I mean, everything's been going really good. I mean,
Nice.
everybody's been super supportive, and I just can't be more grateful. I really can't. Like I love the fact that so many people are supporting me and pushing like a positive wave. It's just it's really wonderful.
Yeah,
I'm just happy, and I feel blessed that so many people are taking an interest in it. I really do, and I
yeah,
just appreciate everybody taking time to get involved with what I'm trying to do. I really
yeah.
do. Yeah.
Well, do you have any like social media or website or anything that you want to share with our audience, so they can reach you or reach
Yeah.
out to you?
Yeah, I have the Facebook Inversions.
Okay.
I have Instagram. Yeah,
Yeah.
my name and Inversions. it pops up, and
Okay.
I'm still working on building more platforms on the social media.
Okay.
It's it's one of those things where I don't want to do it mediocre. I'm trying to
Yeah.
do it appropriately
Yeah.
so that it comes across professional, and
Yeah, of course.
it grabs people's attention in an appropriate fashion.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
patience.
Yeah, listen, I knew you were gonna say
Patience.
that. I knew it. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, for
Well,
sure.
thank you so much, Harry, for taking the time today. It was great to meet you, and I wish you well with your book series and all your success. And hopefully, you get all those books out. What are you thinking? Five, six, three,
Maybe even eight.
maybe even eight? Wow,
Maybe even eight.
nice. Okay, very
That's
cool.
the standard. That's the standard
Yeah,
for
is that the standard?
popularity. Yeah,
Very
yeah.
good to know. Okay. Well, I hope people also enjoy this genre because I think this genre is really exciting, the sci-fi slash, horror. And yeah, thank you so much. And if you want to purchase Harry's book, Inversions, Chapter 1, please check it out. Go buy it on xlibris.com through our online bookstore. Leave a review on Amazon or Xlibris. I know Harry would greatly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you, Harry.
It's nice meeting you, Emma.
You
Thank you.
too. Bye.